Our next contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring from Tarrant County, Texas, weighing 375 pounds, Bull Bronson!
They don't get much bigger or badder than Bull Bronson, especially in the Pro Wrestling Collision locker room.
Absolutely not. Bull Bronson is a force, and I think some of the fans are cheering for him because they're scared if they boo him, they might get assaulted.
Absolutely right about that. Bull Bronson is a very intense individual. He means business, and he is ready.
And his opponent from Metropolis, Illinois, weighing 187 pounds, the big mustache on campus, Mikey McFinnegan!
Jimmy Fish, you might want to get out of there. Mikey McFinnegan,
Jimmy
a ball
Fish
of fire.
showing a lot of courage by staying in the ring there and finishing his introductions. That's a professional is what that is, because I would have been out of there.
Absolutely. Bull Bronson puts a quick end to Mr. Mustache here. The big mustache on campus, they call him.
And you know, we're about a week or so away from St. Patrick's Day, so it's fitting that we have the McFinnegan in the ring. Unfortunately, this is not the way to celebrate, to wrestle someone as big and as bad as Bull Bronson.
Yeah, luck of the Irish definitely not on Mickey's side here as he is tossed.
Bealed out of the corner there. He didn't even get to take his vest off yet.
And I apologize, I called him Mickey. It's Mikey McFinnegan here.
Mikey McFinnegan here as Bull Bronson just dominating. And this is what he did to El Matadoro 2 weeks ago. And if this keeps up, Bronson is going to be 2-0 here in Pro Wrestling Collision.
Shane Ridge has his sights set on Bull Bronson, but right now, Bull Bronson not responding to that. He's going after Mikey McFinnegan, and McFinnegan takes the smart road and goes outside, but he's taunting Bull to follow him. I'd kind of take a break here, Mikey, if I were you.
And he's going to go under the ring.
Bronson confused.
Look, Bull Bronson is a really big man, and if he gets his hands on me, he could probably take me out. But my hunch is I feel like I could outsmart him, and that's what McFinnegan is trying to do here.
Look at this!
A nice sliding drop kick.
Bronson dazed. What is Mikey going to do here?
There's a pluck out! Met with the brutal kick of Bull Bronson here. And that was that may not have been McFinnegan's smartest move there.
Oh, and a big headbutt. McFinnegan, or Bull Bronson, pardon me, we've documented it before, a very tough, maybe the toughest they come here. And the fans in the front row getting an up-close look at the action here right now.
Well, this is what we're talking about, getting a chance to see the action up front, getting to see some of the most dominant wrestlers in the area. That's what Bull Bronson is. He is a bad man. He doesn't care about pretty moves. He just wants to win matches.
And hurt people.
Definitely.
Really, I think that more than anything, he wants to punish people.
He's got to be one of the most dominant forces here in this company. Oh. And a body slam. And some people, that's just a basic move, but Bull Bronson, that's dangerous.
We may be wiping Mikey McFinnegan off the mat here before this is all over with. Wow, he kicked out. I don't know if that was bravery or stupidity, quite honestly. Mr. McFinnegan here.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. It's a tough balance. You know, you've got your career to think about, but you also want more opportunities in a company like this.
And Bronson with a very cocky cover that time around. You don't see that a whole lot from Bull Bronson.
Pro Wrestling Collision has an open door policy. They're going to give everyone an opportunity. Do you really want to give that opportunity up? And that's what McFinnegan, I'm sure, is struggling with right now.
Big scoop, and whoa, McFinnegan slips out and trying to schoolboy him here.
That's a schoolboy.
Just too big.
He's trying to schoolboy a man there, and that's pretty dangerous.
And a nice drop kick, kind of staggers Bull. Second one.
He's hitting these drop kicks, and that was an effective one. If it wasn't for the corner, Bronson may have gone down there.
Oh!
Running double knees to the gut of Bronson.
McFinnegan going to the top rope, mustache and all. Oh!
There's a cross body.
Hook the leg, maybe. No. Bronson, too big and strong, kicks out, but he's off his feet.
You feel bad for McFinnegan there. You feel like this is sort of his one opportunity to come back and win this match. And he did not get the job done. He's got to stay on the offense, though.
Needs to capitalize, and Bronson now in an unusual position for him.
Oh, the sitting enziguri there from McFinnegan. Both men are down. McFinnegan's got to get up.
Got to try to hook that leg, pin Bronson. He is in the middle of the ring, and he's on his back right now.
Springboard moonsault there. He's not going to get him.
Hooks
he can
it.
barely hook the leg of Bull Bronson, and that speaks to his size.
Almost like trying to hook a tree trunk.
Or Bull.
Absolutely, and McFinnegan once again climbing that top rope. Bronson's dazed and confused. He's getting up on his feet, though.
Bronson's on his feet, and he's got his equilibrium. This is a trouble.
Oh,
boy.
Oh.
Sit down powerbomb. I think the ring may have moved. Good enough for 3. Bronson wins.
I think the building may have moved on that one, Jerome.
Wow.
Your winner, Bull Bronson.
The Boys and Girls Club may never be the same after that sit-down powerbomb. Bronson's 2-0. You know, not only is he looking at the Pro Wrestling Collision heavyweight title, but he's got Shane Rich in his sights very soon.
Shane Rich may be biting off more than he can chew with this challenge of sorts to Bull Bronson. Only time will tell on that one, though.
Stream professional wrestling from an ever-changing library of great events and network exclusives like the fast-paced Lucha Libre of Chikara and the city-crushing shenanigans of Kaiju Big Battle. All that and a whole lot more coming your way every single month when you subscribe to shop.wrestlingiz.com. Get in on the ground floor of the industry's most groundbreaking groups and at a fraction of the cost of buying DVDs. Wrestling is headed into the digital age, and you can be part of it at shop.wrestlingiz.com.
It is main event time here for Pro Wrestling Collision Episode 3. The challengers making their way out to the ring now, and Jerome, this is going to be a very unique match for a number of reasons.
Absolutely. This is the first Pro Wrestling Collision tag team title defense for Ace Hawkins and Brandon Espinosa. This is the first time we're going to see an intergender match here in Pro Wrestling Collision, and this is huge. Angelus Layne and Alex Castle has said if he does not win a PWC title by the end of 2013, he is done with this company, and I know that would make Adam Testa very happy.
Absolutely, he has. Alex Castle, that is, has had 2 opportunities. He was, of course, in the Collision Cup tournament for the to determine a Pro Wrestling Collision champion. He came up short in that against Heath Hatton, the eventual winner. And speaking of that tournament, Angelus Layne very bitter that she wasn't in it as well.
Yeah, and you could say that Layne and Castle sort of tricked their way. They created a backup plan. They didn't get the heavyweight title, but they got themselves involved with Hawkins and Espinosa, cost them both in different matches opportunities to advance, and now they've got an opportunity at the Pro Wrestling Collision Tag Team titles.
And the champs are here. Brandon Espinosa, Ace Hawkins. You know, you mentioned this is the first tag team title defense. This is the very first title defense of any kind in Pro Wrestling Collision. A very, we mentioned it earlier, unique match for a number of reasons.
Now, some fans might be thinking, why is a woman in the ring with 3 other men? Angelus Layne believes that she is progress. Pro Wrestling Collision is a progressive company, and Angelus Layne will get the same opportunities everyone else does.
Our next contest is set for 1 fall with a 30-minute time limit and is for the Pro Wrestling Collision Tag Team Championship. The challengers first are the self-proclaimed first couple of Collision, the self-made monster Alex Castle and Angelus Layne. And their opponents, weighing a combined 355 pounds, they are the Pro Wrestling Collision Tag Team Champions, Ace Hawkins and Brandon Espinosa.
You know, it'll be interesting to see how Ace and SB handle Angelus Layne here. I know there's a little bit of discourse, if you will. Of course, they blame Castle and Layne for preventing them from advancing in the Collision Cup tournament to determine a Pro Wrestling Collision champion.
Well, they were greedy. They wanted 2 titles. I mean, they wanted to defend the tag team titles, but they also wanted the heavyweight title. Ace and SB, based on the behavior I've seen, they are gentlemen. They don't want to hit a woman, but they may not have a choice here, and I think this is awkward for the fans. This is awkward for them.
And she's wanting to start it off here too.
So I don't know how SB and Hawkins are going to handle this, but this is a very awkward situation. You can see that SB is not wanting to hit Layne here, and he may not have a choice.
He's already asking her to tag Castle in, and Layne refusing to, and SB leaves the ring.
Well, I think Ace and SB, their issue is more with Castle and not as much with Angelus Layne. Angelus Layne did get herself involved in some of the shenanigans 2 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago, but their issue is really with Alex Castle.
Do you think they're capitalizing on the apprehension of the champions by putting Layne out there first? Absolutely.
I don't blame them. If SB and Ace are going to behave this way, if I were at Castle and Layne, I would do this too. I would have Layne in there.
She tags out.
Now this is the person they have issue with. Castle trying to sort of remake his image. He's got a new haircut. He's changed some of the names of his moves. We saw last month the Thinking Man's Wrestler. You know, although he lost to Heath Hatton, I would argue he put on a fantastic performance. Whether Adam Testa or Chris Hagstrom likes it or not, Alex Castle is one of the best wrestlers in this company.
Quick headlock and a quick tag into Ace Hawkins as well. They're going to try to capitalize and keep him on their side of the ring.
And we talk about Castle being a great wrestler. SB and Hawkins are a fantastic tag team. Lightning quick, a lot of double team moves. They team in a number of different places. So you are going to see the fluidity that comes with teaming in multiple places.
Absolutely, Jerome, and I have seen some outstanding encounters with the tag team of Hawkins and Espinosa here.
When they said they want to defend against any challengers, I'm not sure if this is what they had in mind, though.
And, oh, Angelus Layne making her presence known with a kick to Ace Hawkins.
And you saw the hesitation, you see the anger on the face, but is he going to hit Angelus Layne?
You would have to think that if Castle did that, he would have gotten his clock clean for it.
He'd be close to us, nursing his injured face because he would have gotten punched.
And quick tags here by the champions, and they're going to keep this going in and out and trying to keep Angelus Layne out of the competition here.
You see the double teams from the champions here. They are in control, but we'll have to see what happens if Castle can tag in Layne again.
As Ace Hawkins now capitalizing and taking full advantage of a weakened Alex Castle.
The running forearm from the 2011 Pro Wrestling Illustrated Rookie of the Year. And Hawkins is a tremendous competitor, as is Espinosa. Both of them wanted the heavyweight title, but thankfully for them, they got those tag team titles. And in a sense, although they are defending them, they really didn't win the belts. And I think that's what Castle and Layne, that's what bothers them so much. They feel that Espinosa and Hawkins had the titles handed to them. They didn't earn it.
They're trying to prove a point and earn it, but right now, Castle and Layne have had absolutely no fight, no fire in them. As
I'm looking to my right, Adam Testa very concerned about what he's seeing here. He looks a little more relaxed now.
Blind tag made, maybe, I don't know. Is the referee going to allow it? Yeah.
There was a tag there.
I don't know if Angelus intended to tag her. No, Castle takes advantage.
Thinking Man's Wrestler, there it is, taking advantage of the situation. Now is Angelus Layne going to take advantage of her situation?
Hawkins tags in Espinosa.
Wow, Espinosa tossing his partner into the corner.
Oh.
Angelus Layne Some brutal kicks to Espinosa. He has no qualms about hitting the champions.
Absolutely not. Sure. You say fight like a girl, like it's an insult. That is not an insult. You can see that right now with Angelus Layne.
Well, don't let the gender separation fool you. Angelus Layne is as tough as many of the men in Pro Wrestling Collision and probably a lot of the men in independent wrestling.
Yeah, we've seen her make light work of Twinkie Star.
Yeah, Twinkie Star suffering a career-threatening concussion of all things. And we may never see her again. And that speaks to the viciousness of Layne.
Castle back in there.
There's a knee right to the face of Castle, and Castle maintaining the advantage. And Hawkins unnecessarily getting distracted by the referee there. This is where the challengers have the advantage, because although we've never seen them team in Pro Wrestling Collision, you know, they are a couple. They know each other very, very well. And
they're going to take full advantage when the referee is not looking. And another tag made here, and Layne back into this. Oh, a kick right to the ribs of Brandon Espinosa.
Angelus Layne using those kicks to her advantage.
And Brandon Espinosa desperately trying to make a tag to Ace Hawkins, his tag team partner.
And it's pretty funny to think that Alex Castle, his new haircut is a mohawk, yet he still has the normal haircut of the two.
Oh,
victory roll and
here.
A surprise for Espinosa. That may be what they have to do. Maybe get that quick pin, the victory roll, sunset flip, small package. Just try to win this and get out of here without having to hit a woman.
And this may be their first and last tag team title defense, as the challenger's really dominating right now. Although Espinosa back up on his feet and fighting, it's not quite enough though. Sloppy cover by Hawkins, or I'm sorry, by Castle, in my opinion.
They're really close to the corner there. Castle's got to move SB back, and there you go. There's a tag to Layne. And you know, in tag team matches, when you cut that ring in half, it is such to the advantage of this team because they're able to sort of go back and forth. But on the negative side, Ace Hawkins is able to rest up. If Espinosa makes the tag, it could be trouble for the challengers.
And now Layne going for the pin and not able to pick it up.
Not a great pin on her part, but you know, trying to wear SB out, not the worst idea in the world.
Big kick there by Layne, and she comes off the ropes with a knee right to the side of the head. Look at this, showing some strength here.
Suplex into the bridge for two.
Angelus Layne showing that she can hang with the boys.
There's a backslide, and there's that surprise again. We've seen him use the victory roll. Now we see him using that backslide.
Not having to get too aggressive or too tough with her, for sure.
And senior referee Brandon Toll has got to take control of this. Oh, Adam Test is pacing around. If Castle and Layne win, I do not want to be around for that.
Espinosa being choked out by both the challengers here. And Layne, I'm sorry, tagged back into this. Taking full advantage of a very, very vulnerable and very, very weakened Brandon Espinosa, who goes for a cradle here, but not enough.
That's the third time we've seen him use some sort of variation on that short snap pinfall here. Brandon Toll's really got to get control of this thing.
He's lost control, quite honestly, and Hawkins has seen enough, admonishing him, though, and pushing him back across the ring.
And here we go. Layne's got her set up. Whoa, we almost saw Castle.
Tag made here, tag is made. The referee was distracted, though. Did he see it? Oh!
The springboard clothesline from Hawkins. Nice snap Rana there, sends Castle down.
Oh.
SB with the Uranagi there.
Look at this.
The swanton from Hawkins connects with Castle, but Layne lifts up.
The strength, once again, we've talked about it.
She calls that the victory lane, that TKO.
And SB is out.
Hawkins looks like he's ready. He's gonna hit her.
Oh!
Alex Castle nailing Angelus Layne in the face with a boot. Layne may be out of it. Hawkins covers. 1, 2, 3. Champions retain. Oh, man.
It'll be an interesting car ride home for Castle and Layne. They'll have a lot to talk about, I'm sure.
It's worth noting, Hawkins and Espy did not have to violate that sacred trust of not hitting a woman and being gentlemen.
And your winners, Ace Hawkins and Brandon Espinosa.
But they were still able to pick up the victory. A great victory for the champions. I'm looking forward to see who they wrestle next. For Layne and Castle, it's back to the drawing board. Castle has now failed at 2 opportunities for championship gold here. And you've got to believe, again, at the end of the year, if he doesn't have gold, he's out.
Alex Castle not happy at all. Angelus Layne holding her face. She took a brutal boot at the hands of her boyfriend and tag team partner.
Adam Tester clapping away here. He's obviously very happy about the situation, and we'll see what happens next for Espy and Hawkins.
Congratulations on the very first title defense here in Pro Wrestling Collision. We'll be back next week with Collision Course.
Angelus, I told you not to do this. You